shock anytime. Faisal, just be like you're chilling.
Catch you pissing. Ooh.
I'ma catch you peeing.
Like really bad.
Tilted.
Yeah, well,
Where we
guess
dropping?
what, bitch?
Tilted
You're
Towers?
tilted. All right.
So why did you need to walk in?
Just because it's cool, I wanted to walk in.
So, the Raj.
I'm sure you've all been wondering to yourself, the Raj? Why is it called the Raj? What does that
What does
even
that
mean?
I always thought it was the Camp Lazlo character, Raj.
Oh,
No.
yeah, Raj.
I don't remember Camp Lazlo.
At all?
I remember,
What about My Gym Partner's a Monkey?
Great show.
I remember that. I feel
That
like
was
you would
good.
be a really big fan of that. With your love for monkeys and primates.
True.
And apes.
True.
And gym class.
What did you think about gym class? I actually really liked it.
I used to like gym class a lot.
I used
like
to always
back,
have fun.
back in the day.
I loved gym class until they started making us do projects.
Project.
When did you ever have to do a
I
project?
had to do I had to search a sport. I talked about golf because there's really no other, there's no sports that I'm really interested in. Fucking golf.
What?
I had to
There's so many more interesting
the
sports than
velocity
golf.
of the club, some shit like that.
I don't want to say anything bad about golf, but
They'll come after
if
you.
you're really gonna say that you couldn't find any more interesting sports other than golf, I'm gonna have a hard time believing you.
If I could have done it on Steal the Bacon.
Parachute, sharks and minnows.
Unfortunately, that's not a sport.
Yeah, it is.
Back to the Raj. The Raj started before as I would have people over. We would just go into the garage because there's a lot more room. When we first started, it was one road sign on the floor, and on top of that road sign was a heater that we would all have to put a blanket over to warm our legs.
But it
'cause
wasn't-
it was so cold. It was like winter.
It wasn't like a space heater though. It was like one of those metal
Yeah.
ones that is in like your room at the hotel. That was a big part of the Raj's
What
identity.
was the heater?
And you'd get like burnt if you touched it directly. It would like
Yeah.
burn
But if
you a
you
little
weren't
bit.
under
And-
the blanket, you'd be cold as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, it was freezing in there
Yeah.
because it was a garage.
I'm surprised a blanket never caught on fire. It didn't have front wheels, so there were two back wheels and two front wheels, and the front wheels weren't there, so it would just touch the ground. So if it was touching anything that it wasn't
So it
supposed
was
to
like
touch,
tilted.
it could have caught on fire. We also started to learn that if you wear more layers, it's less cold, baby. And then we decided, let's stop being Neanderthals. Let's try to make it warmer in here.
More
Also,
personable.
it's getting more it's getting springtime.
Yeah.
And so I cleaned out the garage. We were just surrounded by boxes, and so we moved to the other side of the garage. We hung up some sheets.
To
We
make
had,
walls,
like this
much like this one.
we had a couch. We had a table. We had
True.
2 heaters. It was really beautiful.
Beefed up.
We had some of these items in
Fireplace?
here. There was a
A fake fireplace.
Fake fireplace.
A bunch of signs, a bunch of artwork.
This is an original garage item.
We would talk about this a lot. The nerd. Type in the comments what's your favorite part of the nerd. What's your favorite aspect?
It's Jibs.
For me, it's definitely his bulging eyes.
Where did you get the nerd?
So it was Easter or Valentine's Day last year. My lady she went to Walmart and she was picking stuff up, and he didn't have a tag on him. She just copped him. She gives it to me and I open it up and it has the best jelly beans in it.
You've ever had?
Yeah, they were like sour and they were kind of like crackly. They were not really jelly beans, but they were crackly. What? Looking
Crackly beans?
So there weren't
Yeah.
nerds in it?
I think it was like Nerds jelly beans or
What?
some shit.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. So like we have a better Raj set up and more kinds of people get to come over. We have
People from
kinds
all walks of life coming to
Uh-huh.
the Raj, hanging out. At one point, I moved across the street from you
True.
for like a year.
A year-ish.
Around, and we would hang out all the time, just walk across the street, hang out in the Raj. And then, after you move out of that house, then you come to us and you say, hey, we should make a talk show and call it the Raj.
Right.
The only problem being we don't have the Raj
Yeah,
anymore.
we're now in a new home. We're set up at a bar.
This is a
looking
bar.
area.
We cleaned it off. We made this little set ourselves. And the rest is history. But someday, hopefully, we can get back into a real garage.
Uh-huh.
Is that the goal?
Yeah.
Get back into a real garage?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the should be our goal.
Get back into an
garage.
area where my toes are
can't-
gonna fall off. But now that we have this set, we can have people from all different walks of life come here, and we could talk to them, and we can learn about how people do their thing.
Just how their mind works. I think
That's
it's very
something-
interesting to see how other people's.
Well, that's
just how
something
their
that I
brain
feel like
works.
Spencer's always been about. Like, I don't like meeting new people, usually.
Right.
You're always like, this fucking dude that we don't know at all, you want to hang out with
You
him?
gotta. You want to
I'm
just
like-
talk to him?
Sure,
Okay.
bring him over.
Yeah, he would always bring interesting people, bringing people together. That's the whole point of this show. Just learning.
Learn some life lessons.
I'm starting to get a little hot in here. Anybody else getting a little hot?
Well,
No,
I didn't put
it's
on
just a little-
3 extra jackets today.
I just
so-
have my special sweater on,
Well, you are quite special.
and I have no undershirt on right now.
Oh, I'm gonna take off my jacket. I thought it would be kind of funny if it was like a bit. The audience, catch it! Somebody!
You're gonna knock the camera over.
Did I? Did I knock the
thought
camera
you- I
over?
thought you were gonna
No,
throw
I
it.
threw it exactly where I wanted it to go.
You were implying that you were gonna throw it at the camera. so I was afraid.
Do I look like a fool to you?
You were sounding like a fool.
The audience goes beyond the camera, Faisal.
I don't really agree with that. You ever
Completely
watched
disagree.
Hibiscus?
Yes, actually, years ago
Back
when I
in
was
the
like
day.
a child.
Sometimes I'll go back and I'll play Happy Wheels. I got the Happy Wheels app on my phone.
Oh.
I would love to get a pro gamer on here. If you guys know any interesting people, or you are an interesting person, let us know. Maybe you could come on.
Submit
Unless
us
you're
an
not
application.
interesting
Unless you're not interested.
Yeah, you have to be really interesting.
I know a couple
I'm not
fellas
saying
that
that.
aren't interesting. We could get one person as the spokesperson for all uninteresting people.
Who's the most uninteresting person we know?
Starts with an Aiden, ends in a
No.
Woods.
No, that's mean.
You
we-
were just asking
I
to
think
point
I'm
out
somewhat-
someone else
I
that's
think I'm
uninteresting.
somewhat interesting. You don't think I'm interesting?
I quit the show.
Exactly what I was gonna say. We're done.
Who is uninteresting?
3, 2, 1. Most uninteresting person.
Most uninteresting person?
Yeah,
The problem is with me, I think I could find anything interesting out of anybody.
Yeah, that's how I feel. People are interesting.
People are interesting.
People are interesting.
I'm glad you guys
Factual.
came to this conclusion.
That's the moral of
After
the
all
story
that.
today.
Y'all kind of met around the same time, right?
I feel like second grade is the origin.
Second grade. Do you remember meeting Faisal?
Yeah, Faisal was in my class in second grade. I
We
think
were
you
all
were
in the
too.
same class.
We were all in the same
shit.
class.
Yo!
And you gave me, okay, so we were all in the same class. I don't think, we hung out outside of school a couple times. I
yeah.
don't know, I don't think we
I went to
ever
your
did.
birthday party.
Couple play dates.
my
And I think you
birthday
made fun of my
party.
man boobs. That's all I
I
remember.
made fun of your
Oh.
man boobs?
I think you did.
That's crushing. I'm so
That's-
sorry.
That's crushing.
I don't know why I would do that. That's just
Someone
mean.
did. It might not have been you.
Hopefully
but
it wasn't
I think it was
me.
your birthday party.
Somebody made fun of your man boobs? Dude, I'm sorry.
Speaking of crushing, I was also invited to one of Aiden's birthday parties. and-
Spencer was invited to a lot of my birthday parties, and he was a little rambunctious boy.
True.
And one day we were playing in my room. We were playing like dodgeball, basically, as I recall. We were
Yeah.
basically just going ape shit and running around my room and jumping on the bed and throwing stuff at each other.
Woo!
And I had just recently built a Lego Darth Vader special edition like TIE Fighter Lego set. It wasn't that like expensive or anything, but it was just like a cool Lego set.
It's really cool.
But
That
I
was really
but I
cool.
had built it, and to be fair, it's not like I played with it a ton.
Right.
It was just like sitting there, but it was cool. And why don't you explain
But
yourself?
a little insight on me
Spencer
earlier. I said
perspective.
I don't like any sports really. I don't understand sports. I can't like do anything technical sports wise. I have a little bit of hand-eye coordination. Played a little bit of instruments, but that was after this incident. We're throwing puffins. These little
Puffles.
These little puffle
From Club
plushes.
Penguin. I
And-
had a yellow one and a black one, throwing them at each other. They're like little
yeah,
balls.
we were like, "Fuck yeah!" Like you're dead.
I don't think we were
bitch.
saying that.
We
I don't-
weren't saying that.
How
but-
old do you think we were at that time? Like 10?
like 10, 11.
Yeah.
One of the other boys, one of the other fellas, he was blocking all the shots, and I'm whipping them. I'm just not even hitting him.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at throwing things. And I make a throw, and it hits the Lego Death Star. Perfectly.
Thought it was
And
a
it-
TIE fighter.
Whatever the
TIE
fuck
Fighter.
it
Oh,
was.
if it was the Death Star, I would have been
whatever.
pissed. It was a TIE Fighter. You slammed it.
I totally slammed this TIE fighter. It explodes on the floor, and
There were still
Aiden,
pieces. It was like there were big chunks that were still put together, but it was like fucked up.
You were so upset.
Was I really?
I was.
I don't
yeah,
remember
and I
how
was
I
like,
reacted.
oh fuck, like could that really have been me? Like
Well, we don't know for sure.
We
it
don't
was
know
me.
for sure
It could have been
if it-
somebody else.
it could have been anyone, but the blame was put on me. I probably did it because I was one of the only people throwing the puffins
Puffles.
who doesn't throw items.
I don't throw items either, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't me.
Could have been
Me.
you, Aiden.
We also watched a lot of Flip Notes on the Nintendo DSi. We watched a lot.
Chicken wing. That was our life.
One time you came over to my grandparents and we were eating grapes
Oh my
off of
God.
the vine. There was a worm.
There
or
was a
something
worm.
in it, right?
I went to pick these beautiful fresh grapes.
They were so delicious.
Homemade.
Wine. They're like
baby.
wine, like purple grapes.
And I'm gonna eat a grape, baby. And there's a worm in that bitch. I took like half a bite of it because I knew there's seeds in it, and I don't like eating seeds. And there was a fucking worm in the grape. I was
That's so
upset.
nasty.
It was so gross. I don't know if I ate.
Was
any
that
more
a
grapes.
traumatic experience for you?
It wasn't traumatic, but I was like,
It probably would be for me. I would freak
that
out.
was like one of the grossest. Like
It is
one of the
gross.
gross food. But it was like it was outside. What do I expect?
Did you get the whole worm in your mouth? Or did you
No,
bite
I think
him?
I
Did
think
you
I
get a
bit
piece
it.
of him?
I think I bit it, and I maybe got a piece, but I saw the worms like slowly squirming out of the grape.
At least you didn't just pop the whole thing in your mouth and chomp down
Yeah.
a worm.
Good thing I don't like seeds.
Actually, it might have been better because you wouldn't maybe even have known there was a worm in it. Faisal, I have some experiences with you as well.
Okay.
Second grade, Faisal came in. What was the context of that?
I honestly do not remember.
It was like show and tell or something.
You were gone for like
Yeah,
a while.
I was gone because my family used to go to Saudi Arabia for 3 months every year. So I was gone
During the
for
school
a
year.
while.
But everybody thought that was cool,
Mhm.
and you brought in some stuff to show to everybody.
Yeah, I do remember. Was it the little camels or was it ornaments?
Ornaments.
What
you
did-
had
what did I-
bookmarks. You brought in
Bookmarks.
bookmarks
There
that
was
looked like
bookmarks
carpets.
Okay.
Long,
were so
like
cool.
they were. I think
They
I
were
still have
silky.
mine.
Were they like prayer rugs?
Yeah,
Probably?
They
looked
might have
like
been.
prayer rugs.
I could probably
But they were
find
bookmarked.
mine.
I don't think I have mine anymore. I remember I would pull a string and the string would go all
Yeah.
the way up
Well,
and
I
down
never
the
did.
bookmark.
So you were just tearing it apart.
Yeah, it was so silky. My brittle little baby brain doesn't know how to read books, so why would I use a bookmark?
At that time, I used to read books a lot, so I was stoked about it. And I didn't destroy it like a Neanderthal.
Right.
But you also brought in some clothing.
Yeah.
I don't know like what it's called, but it was
don't know
cool.
either.
And there's a picture of me wearing it, going like this.
Wearing a do-rag.
It's really
Can we
funny.
get that up on the screen?
It's a photograph.
Can
It's
you
a
get that to me?
physical. If I can, there it is. But it was really funny, that picture of me as a child. But we were buddies. We used to talk.
Yeah.
We used to be like friends, but we didn't really hang out outside of school that
Yeah,
much.
I didn't really hang out with anyone outside of school all that much because I would just hang out with like the neighborhood children and we
I
just
did
like
that,
play
too.
football.
I definitely met you when we were younger.
It was second grade.
It was
I think. I don't
second
think I knew
grade.
before
Second
that.
grade's really
Well,
We
the
were
origin.
we were probably buddies.
What I remember from you is I met you in second grade. Me, you, and Aiden were kind of friends in school.
Three Musketeers.
Then I didn't speak to you for 7 years.
Right.
So
we
what-
met each other
And that was pretty
through
much it.
what band?
Yeah.
Because I had a similar thing as well, where I didn't really talk to either of you guys. Like, we were tight for, like, I feel like second, third grade, and then just, like, nothing until,
Yeah.
like, high school.
And
At least for
so
me.
It was like me and you, we were in band, and a lot of people in band were in theater. And so we would hang out with these band people who
With
were
the-
also theater people.
With the theater dorks.
Yeah, with the theater
Yeah.
With
dorks.
the
And
weirdos
you were
in the
in
school.
theater. We
Theater.
would slowly make more interactions.
But I was cool, though, so I'm not
And-
saying people in theater aren't cool. But that is the stigma. That is the stereotype.
Well, people are
Some
in
people
band,
in band
aren't
aren't
cool.
cool.
Oh, yeah, it's not that much better. There are people in both of those communities
Who are
that
very
definitely...
interesting.
That are very interesting or that are very annoying, actually,
Yeah.
and give everybody
It's all
else a
around.
bad name. There are some freaks around, I'm sorry. I respect everybody that was in theater with me.
I'd say you were probably more towards the geek, and I was probably more towards the freak.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a dork. A little weird.
Yeah.
A little strange, but I think it's good to be a little strange.
Right.
We started hanging out again. Faisal and I hung out sophomore year in Spanish class together. Even when we weren't really friends in school, we always had our little YouTube channels as kids, and we would always talk back and forth about it.
What were you guys doing, like Minecraft?
I actually never did Minecraft.
I did Minecraft stuff. I think they're still in existence, some of them, but they're privated on a different channel.
I still have stuff under Sharklad 4, but I just privated. I think there's like 1 or 2 videos that aren't privated that are public for the world to see, so people can go watch those. I think there's
I remember seeing your
Robert the Roll and the Toothpicks of Terror. Put a
That
little
was
clip
a
of Robert
great-
the Roll.
Attack!
That was a great video. I loved seeing that. I
You
was
loved
like,
that?
holy crap, how did he do this? This is so cool. He's putting some
It's probably
out.
the worst video I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
but it's like the first.
It was an effort. I was a child making YouTube videos. I probably shouldn't even have had a YouTube account.
You showed it in class. Everyone thought you were the shit.
They did?
Yo!
Did they?
Yeah.
Did I get some cred for that?
Yeah, look at this
Second
toothpick
grade
bread roll. What was it? A potato or a piece of bread?
Robert the Roll?
Robert
Dude,
the Roll.
Come on.
My bad.
It was a roll from Bob Evans that looked like it had a mouth on it. I punctured eyes in it, and it looked like a little face. Robert the Roll. And the villains of the video are the Toothpicks of Terror, villainous toothpicks, who don't appreciate that Robert's taking a walk.
Where did you guys like find your inspiration to want to put out videos and want
just
to
make
be
things?
Yeah, because I was
Creative
never really
spark.
in there. I just loved talking to new people, and that was my kind of. I just
Yeah.
wanted to know about people because I felt like I didn't know enough, and so like I wasn't into any like technology, any sports. I wasn't in any like clubs, so I never really got the chance when I was younger to put out anything like creative because I just didn't know how to do it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't in my mind. Like how
I
did
always
you
just thought it
guys-
was cool. When I found YouTube, I would watch YouTube videos and just be like, dude, I want to do that. I don't know. I got into movies and stuff at a pretty young age. I would like take out books from the library about like Steven Spielberg and the internet.
Nice.
Like I could just look up like, whoa, and I just like found out. Honestly, if I didn't have the internet, it's possible I wouldn't
knew how to
discover.
read.
I was a very big reader.
I wasn't very good at
as
reading
a child.
so you got to learn more about what you liked
Yes,
by reading
yes.
and going on the internet. Oh, I didn't really have internet. I had a phone in like 5th grade, but it was a flip phone that I had to share with my little sister. And we weren't allowed to use the computer because our parents were afraid of getting a virus.
To be fair, there is some bad stuff on the computer. I did see some bad things on the computer I probably shouldn't have seen as a kid, but I was pretty good about regulating myself.
Right.
I never like tried to look up anything bad.
Genitals.
Usually,
You didn't
yeah,
search-
not even genitals though. Just like cool, like things I was like probably shouldn't know about this as a kid. If there was something that was too much, I was like, no, my mom wouldn't want me to look at this.
I don't really remember, but oh, okay. No, I just remembered. It's
Right.
still up on YouTube. Is my first YouTube video. It's a Halo Reach video. It's a marble maze. It's just like that golf ball, and I just set up a thing where it like shoots around.
I don't remember.
And then it ends up in like the hole. So my oldest brother had a YouTube account. He didn't like make anything, but my other brother wanted to make like Call of Duty videos. So I had made that Halo Reach video, and then from then on out, I was like helping him with his Call of Duty videos, and we would just hold up a camera to the screen.
Yeah,
And in
I
one
used
of
to do that too.
in one of the videos, you can hear me saying, "My arms are getting tired." And
Holding the camera?
Yeah, as I'm like at the beginning of the video.
That's so funny.
But that was the first like time I started uploading stuff. Then just doing a bunch of bullshit for years.
I never put a ton of work into stuff until pretty recently. It was usually just kind of like I would make something stupid. I didn't really edit anything. I was just I did make stop motion animation videos, animations I got into for a little bit.
I know this wasn't a very, very funny episode, but if you stuck around, watched the whole thing, and you kind of learned about us, thank you. I got to learn about Faisal and Aiden and how they became creative gentlemen. If you're an interesting person, let us know. Maybe we could chat. I'd love to learn about you. So will the fellas. Thank you.
We just wanted to give you a little bit more background about us. Faisal, you're fired.
All right.
Yeah, it's not working out.
It's not working out with you. That was funny.